Hi, welcome back to the channel. Honestly, the first thing that made me curious about It's Just Lunch was how strongly the service presents itself as a matchmaking service, rather than just another platform or app. So I decided to take a look at how the service presents itself publicly, what exactly it promises users, and what people tend to mention most often in their reviews. In this video, I'm not going to log into the platform or show any personal profiles. I'm more interested in looking at the overall approach of the service, the way it's presented, and the impression that forms after going through the website and reading user feedback. And overall, it feels like It's Just Lunch focuses less on the platform itself and more on the experience built around it. What the service focuses. One of the first things that stands out on the website is the strong focus on face-to-face meetings. From the way the service describes its approach, the main idea seems to revolve around organizing real-life interactions. The website also mentions privacy quite frequently. For example, the service specifically highlights that profiles are not publicly visible to everyone. And overall, the topic of confidentiality appears multiple times across different sections of the site. Another thing I noticed is how much attention is given to personal communication and feedback after dates. The website often references matchmakers, as well as the idea that future match suggestions are shaped around user preferences and impressions shared during the process. And overall, it feels like the service puts a lot of emphasis on the experience itself and the guidance throughout it. Okay, now the most interesting part. I didn't just stick to what's on their website. I went and looked at what people are actually saying on a review platform. And you know what stood out? People aren't writing about finding the one. They're writing about how they were treated along the way. That's a slightly different conversation. Let's take a look. Okay, this one. There's a specific thing I want to point out. The first date didn't work out. That's acknowledged openly. But what this person is focusing on is what happened after. The matchmaker listened, adjusted. And the next date was noticeably better. That's the thing with this kind of format. The first match isn't the whole story. What matters is what happens next. And going by this review, that part delivers. Short one. But there's a detail here worth noticing. The word that comes up is validated, not matched, seen, like someone actually took the time to understand what matters to this person before going looking. And then responsive when you reach out. Sounds simple, but that's part of the experience too. This one I like because it's balanced, warm about the process, specific about the restaurants being a nice touch, but then no absolute guarantee on finding a partner. And the person calls it reasonable, not magical, reasonable. Somehow that reads more honestly than wall-to-wall 5 stars with no nuance at all. Last one, and this one is about how the service responds when a date doesn't work out. Not silence. The response is, that just wasn't your person. Let's keep going. It takes the edge off without making a big thing of it. And this person flags that as something that actually mattered to them. So after going through the site and the reviews, It's Just Lunch is a personalized matchmaking service built for busy people who find this kind of format works for them. Not for everyone, and it doesn't claim to be. One thread runs through the reviews consistently. The matchmakers listen. Feedback shapes what comes next, and when something doesn't click, there's a real person on the other end of that conversation. Whether it fits what you're looking for, and that's your call. But the service does what it says it does, and that's worth something. That's it for today. If you found this useful, a like helps the channel. Drop a comment if there's another service you want me to look into next. See you in the next one.